Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mr. F Listening Podcast, a place to improve your English and grow yourself at the same time. I'm F, your host, and I'm very happy to be here with you today.
And I'm Vanny. So happy to join you again. Thank you for spending your time with us today.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever opened your phone for just 1 minute, and then 30 minutes later you feel tired, worried, and somehow heavy inside?
Yes. You start with one video, one post, one piece of news, and suddenly your mind feels full.
Today, we will talk about that habit. A very common habit. A silent habit. A habit that many people do every day without thinking. Our topic is Doomscrolling. How to avoid it.
And please stay with us until the end, because today we will not only talk about the problem, we will also share simple ways to stop it, protect your mind, and build a healthier daily routine.
Before we begin, please support this channel. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Mr. F Listening Podcast for more interesting English listening materials and self-improvement topics.
Your support really helps us grow, so thank you so much.
All right, let's begin. Fanny, let's start with the basic question. What is doomscrolling?
Doomscrolling is when you keep scrolling through bad news, negative posts, scary stories, or stressful content for a long time. Even when it makes you feel worse, you still continue.
So it is not just normal scrolling.
Exactly. Normal scrolling can be light, maybe funny videos, cooking ideas, travel clips, or messages from friends. But doom scrolling is different. It often feels dark, heavy, and hard to stop.
And I think many people do this without saying, "Oh, I am doom scrolling now."
True, nobody says that. It usually starts in a very normal way. You wake up, you take your phone, you open social media, you see one sad headline, then another, then a video, then comments, then more comments, then people fighting online, then a story that makes you worry about your future.
And the strange thing is, even when it feels bad, we keep going.
Yes, that is why this habit is powerful. It pulls your attention. It keeps your eyes on the screen. And after some time, your body is sitting in one place, but your mind feels like it is running everywhere.
I think this is very close to daily life. Let's talk about moments when people often doom scroll.
Good idea. One common time is right after waking up.
Yes, before drinking water, before washing the face, before saying good morning to the day, many people say good morning to their phone.
That is so true.
The phone becomes the first voice of the morning.
And that matters, because the first thing you consume can shape your mood. If the first thing you see is anger, fear, or bad news, your mind starts the day in stress.
Another common time is before sleep.
Yes, people lie in bed and say, just 5 minutes. But then 1 hour passes. Your eyes are tired, your brain is full, and your heart may feel uneasy.
Also during lunch break, in the bathroom, in the car when waiting, on the bus, before class, after work, and sometimes even while watching TV.
Yes, like we are using one screen while another screen is already on.
So doom scrolling is not only a phone problem, it is also a habit problem. It enters small, empty moments in our day.
And empty moments are important. They are small chances to breathe, think, and reset. But doom scrolling steals those moments.
Now, I want to ask, why do people do it? Why is it so hard to stop?
I think there are a few simple reasons. First, people want to stay informed. They don't want to miss important news.
That makes sense. Many people think, I need to know what is happening.
Yes, and that is not wrong. Being informed is good. But the problem starts when being informed becomes being flooded.
Ah, that is strong. Not informed, flooded.
Exactly. One important update can be useful, but 50 updates in 20 minutes can make your mind tired and confused.
What is another reason?
Second, doomscrolling can give a strange feeling of control. When the world feels uncertain, people search for more information. They think, maybe if I keep reading, I will feel safer.
But often, the result is the opposite.
Yes, more fear, more stress, more overthinking.
And maybe another reason is habit. The hand moves before the brain decides.
That is very true. Sometimes it is automatic. Your fingers open the app before you even ask yourself, do I want this right now?
The body says yes before the mind says anything.
Exactly.
I also think boredom plays a role.
Yes. When people feel bored, lonely, or tired, the phone becomes the fastest escape. It is easy, fast, and always there.
But not every escape gives peace.
That is an important line. Not every escape gives peace.
Let's talk about the effects. What happens when doomscrolling becomes part of daily life?
First, it can make you feel more anxious. Your brain keeps receiving danger, conflict, and negative emotion.
So even if the danger is far away, your body can still react.
Yes, your mind may say, I am only reading, but your body may feel tense. Your shoulders become tight. Your chest feels heavy. Your thoughts become noisy.
That is real. Very real.
Second, it can hurt your focus. After too much scrolling, simple tasks can feel harder. Reading one page, answering one email, studying for 20 minutes. These things can feel difficult.
Because the brain gets used to fast, short, strong content.
Yes, everything online moves quickly. New post, new video, new headline, new emotion. But real life is slower. Good work often needs calm focus.
And doomscrolling trains the mind for noise, not depth.
Very well said.
What about sleep?
Sleep can suffer too. If your last activity before bed is fear, anger, or stress, your mind does not rest easily. Your body is in bed, but your thoughts are still awake.
So doomscrolling can enter the night.
Yes, and when sleep becomes poor, the next day becomes harder. Then you feel more tired, more emotional, and maybe more likely to scroll again.
So it becomes a cycle.
Exactly. Stress leads to scrolling. Scrolling leads to more stress.
Let's make this very practical. How can someone know if they are doomscrolling? What are the signs?
Here are some signs. 1. You open your phone for a short time, but you stay much longer than you planned.
That happens a lot.
2. The content makes you feel bad, but you still keep scrolling.
Yes.
3. After scrolling, you feel tired, worried, angry, or empty.
Not refreshed, not inspired, just heavy.
Exactly. 4. You check negative news many times a day, even when nothing new helps you.
And maybe 5, you use scrolling to avoid your real feelings.
That is a big one. Sometimes, doomscrolling is not only about news. Sometimes it is about avoiding silence, sadness, loneliness, or stress.
So the screen is not always the problem. Sometimes the screen is covering another problem.
Yes, and healing becomes easier when we are honest about that.
Okay, now let's move to the most important part, how to avoid doomscrolling.
Yes, let's make it simple and useful.
Tip number 1. Do not start your morning with your phone.
I love this one. Give yourself 10 minutes, maybe even just 5 minutes, before opening social media or news apps.
Drink water, open the window, stretch your body, sit quietly, say a short prayer, breathe deeply. Just let your mind wake up first.
When you protect the first minutes of your day, you protect the direction of your day.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
Tip number 2. Set a purpose before using your phone.
Yes, ask yourself one question. Why am I opening this app? Maybe your answer is, I want to reply to my friend. Good. Reply, then close it.
Not reply, then stay there and suddenly learn about 10 disasters, 3 celebrity fights, and 1 strange theory about life.
Exactly. Go in with a purpose. Come out with your peace.
Nice line.
Tip number 3. Create small limits.
What kind of limits?
Simple ones. For example, I will check news only 2 times a day. Or, I will not use social media during meals. Or, no phone in bed.
I like that. Not huge promises. Small rules.
Yes, big change often begins with small structure.
Sometimes people fail because they make a very hard rule. Then they break it once and feel bad.
That is why small and realistic is better. You are not trying to become perfect. You are trying to become more aware.
Tip number 4. Change what is easy to reach.
Meaning,
If your phone is next to your pillow, you will probably touch it in the morning and at night. If your news app is on the front screen, you will open it faster. If notifications keep coming, they keep pulling your attention.
yes, so make doomscrolling less easy. Move apps away. Turn off some notifications. Put your phone on a table, not in your hand all the time.
Make the good habit easier. Make the bad habit harder.
That is a powerful principle.
Tip number 5. Replace the habit, not only remove it.
This is very important. If you only say, stop scrolling, your mind may ask, okay, then what do I do now?
Yes, the brain wants a new place to go.
So prepare replacements. Listen to a podcast. Read 2 pages of a book. Walk for 5 minutes. Make tea. Write 1 short journal note. Talk to a friend. Sit outside and look at the sky.
I like that last one. Look at the sky. Very simple. Very human.
Yes, sometimes healing is not complicated. Sometimes it is just coming back to the real world.
Coming back to the real world. I love that. Tip number 6. Be careful with your emotional state.
Yes, ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Because when you are very tired, lonely, angry, or stressed, you may be more likely to doom scroll.
And if you know that, you can make a better choice.
Exactly. Maybe instead of opening social media, you need water, or rest, or a shower, or music, or a short talk with someone you trust.
So sometimes the answer is not more information. Sometimes the answer is care.
Beautifully said.
But Fanny, I need social media for work. Or, I need to stay updated.
That is a fair point. We are not saying social media is evil. We are not saying news is bad. The goal is not to run away from information. The goal is to have a healthier relationship with information.
Yes, you can stay informed without drowning in negativity.
Maybe choose 1 trusted news source. Maybe set 1 time in the morning and 1 time in the evening. Maybe stop reading comments if they always make you feel worse.
Yes, sometimes the comments section is not a discussion. It is a fire.
That is true.
Protecting your mind is not weakness. It is wisdom.
Yes, a healthy mind helps you think better, live better, and help others better too.
Let's do a small example. A little daily life scene.
Okay, let's do it.
Scenario 1. I wake up. I take my phone. I open social media. I see bad news. Then more bad news. Then angry posts. I get stressed before breakfast.
Now, better version. You wake up, you sit up, you drink water, you take 3 deep breaths. You say, I will check my phone after I wash my face. Then later, you open it with purpose.
Simple and realistic.
Scenario 2. It is night. You are in bed. You feel tired, but you keep scrolling because you do not want to think.
Yes, many people know this moment.
Better version. Put the phone away 10 or 15 minutes earlier. Turn off bright lights. Listen to calm audio. Write one sentence. Today was hard, but I am safe now. Then let your mind slow down.
That feels kinder.
Yes, sometimes people need kindness more than content.
There is also something important here. Doomscrolling can make people feel connected, but at the same time, it can make them feel more alone.
Yes, you see many voices, many posts, many opinions. But real connection is different. Real connection often happens in slower moments. A real talk, a shared meal, a voice message from a friend, a walk with someone.
So one way to fight doomscrolling is to return to real connection.
Absolutely. When your life is full of healthy human moments, the screen loses some of its power.
That is deep.
And very practical too.
What can someone do if they fail? Let's say they already tried, but then they doomscroll again.
First, do not shame yourself. Shame usually does not create healthy change. It often creates more stress, and more stress can lead to more scrolling.
So the answer is not, I am terrible.
Exactly. The answer is, I notice this. I can begin again.
I notice this. I can begin again.
Yes, change is not one perfect decision. It is many small decisions repeated with patience.
That is good not only for doomscrolling, that is good for life.
Very true.
I also think doomscrolling teaches us something bigger about modern life. We have more information than ever before, but more information does not always mean more wisdom.
Yes, wisdom needs space. It needs quiet. It needs time to think. If the mind is always full, it becomes hard to hear your deeper thoughts.
And maybe that is why many people feel mentally crowded.
I like that phrase, mentally crowded.
Too much noise outside, too little peace inside.
And that is why choosing less can sometimes give you more. Less panic, more clarity. Less reaction, more intention. Less noise, more life.
Before we close, let's give our listeners a simple action plan for today.
Okay, here is a very simple challenge.
Today, choose one moment when you usually doomscroll.
Maybe in the morning, maybe at lunch, maybe before sleep.
Then change that one moment.
If it is the morning, wait 10 minutes before checking your phone.
If it is before bed, put your phone away earlier.
If it is during stress, choose one healthy replacement: water, walking, music, prayer, journaling, or a real conversation.
Do not try to fix your whole life today. Just protect one moment.
One protected moment can become one better habit. One better habit can change a day. And many better days can change a life.
Fanny, I think this topic is important because doomscrolling looks small, but it touches many parts of life: mood, sleep, focus, peace, and even hope.
Yes, And I want our listeners to remember this. You do not need to know everything every second. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to protect your mind.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Let's end with a strong message.
Here it is. When you control your attention, you protect your peace.
And I want to add this. Not every update deserves your energy. Choose what enters your mind.
Yes, because your mind is not a trash can for endless fear.
Your mind is a home. Keep it clean. Keep it calm. Keep it strong.
That is the heart of today's episode.
Thank you so much for listening to Mr. EF Listening Podcast, a place to improve your English and build a better self.
We hope this episode helped your English listening and also gave you something meaningful to think about in your daily life.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more interesting English listening content and self-improvement topics.
Share this episode with a friend who needs a little more peace and a little less scrolling.
Take care of your mind.
Take care of your heart.
And we will see you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.